Good evening, Cat. Good evening. All right. Hey, Cat Mortician, what's going on? I do have to repair my necklace because it broke the other day. I think I have copper wire. It's either like over here or in my drawers over here. Oh, yeah, there's a copper wire. I'm gonna have to use that a little later because it feels weird not having my necklace on. I'll repair that. Speaking of which, that wire will be a good option to use. I hope I still have my wire cutters, because I don't remember seeing them for a while. Good evening, Cat. So what's going on, Cat Mortician? Good evening, Cat. What's going on? How are you doing? We got Cat and Cat Mortician here. Cat, did you ever get a fluorite? Oh, I forgot to take that appetite off the store. The thing that I need to take care of. Let me do that. I'm doing great. I am doing wonderful. Yeah, we're safe. We're safe. We had a little bit of a scare from the Kenneth fire because it wasn't extremely close, but it was close enough where it's like, yeah, we gotta pay attention to it. Thankfully, the Kenneth fire didn't turn out to be an issue. It didn't spread eastward. So we're fine on that front. But the Kenneth fire was close to the shop. How do I still have something in review? What the heck? Yeah, and then where I live is not under threat. Okay, appetite is soul, so I can deactivate that. Like, I'm pretty far from the Palisades. I'm doing wonderful, Lucy. How are you doing? But yeah, I'm pretty far from the Palisades. Like, it would have to go over the mountain and then move significantly far east as well as north to get to me. Like, that would be... It's a long ways. Lucy, let's see what card you get. I'm gonna do a card for you. Your card is Faith. This is about trusting in opportunities and situations. This is about not giving into fear, anxiety, and worry. I feel like right now, you close doors before they have a chance to open. And because of that, you condemn yourself to lack of opportunities as a result. Yes, absolutely, Tiff. So, Lucy, I feel like you need to stop closing those doors before they really have a chance on things to pan out and whatnot. You discount things too much, and because you get in your head too much about things. How are you doing today, Tiff? So your card is Faith, keeping faith, trusting. Well, we'll see what we have for you. So, Tiff, you're a large part of your own misery right now. You don't put things to rest. You kind of just bury them for a bit, and then you spend a little time burying things, and then you move on to the next situation. You move on to the next thing that presents more issues for you. I feel like with you is you have too many, you actually have too many past connections to yourself. And because of this, you sometimes project. You sometimes project your energy onto other people. You project your insecurities onto other people. You may act in ways that are a bit too abrupt to situations. But for me, I feel like you need to learn to put things to rest. Hello, Celeste. Hi, Jay. Welcome. Tiff, I feel like a lot of suffering on you. And I also feel that kind of insecurity on you. Absolutely, Jay. Like, is this something you're interested in working on? Hello, Karma. I'm doing wonderful, Kathleen. Is this something you want to work on? Because I feel like it's just, you have like a million different connections open on your energy. And a lot of them do not serve you anymore. They're just past connections here and there and here and there. I just feel stuck from a bad breakup. I understand that. But I'm going even further than that bad breakup. I'm saying that you have more connections from previous breakups or previous connections with other people that contributed to this breakup and will contribute to your relationships in the future. What I'm saying is you need to learn to let go of the past. so that you can have a much more optimistic future. Yes, we do cord cutting. Yes, you do. But I feel like you have a hard time kind of recognizing how deep its impact is on you. Thank you for the heart meat, Roxy. Taekwondo. Third-party readings are done under private paid readings. But if you are interested in working on that energy, let me know. We have wonderful crystals that can help with that can help to process that. Hi, Roxy. I have a few readings before you, Jay. But if you do actually want to work on yourself, let me know. Muggy, are you still there? The answer to your yes or no question, Karma, is yes, you may ask a yes or no question. Okay, I'm not seeing Muggy. Hi, Greg. Welcome. Yeah, but I have a few people ahead of you. All right, I think the next one was Jay. And then Taekwondo was after that. Kick it with Jay, are you still here? I am doing wonderful, Celeste. We had a little bit of a scare with the kind of fire yesterday, but thankfully it didn't travel east. That was one of our biggest fears, is if it traveled east. All right, I'm not seeing Kick It with Jay here, so Taekwondo would be next. Amen. Thank you, Karma. All right, so it looks like for California, nah, that's not even close to half of California. California is huge. Los Angeles is not half of California. All right, who had a question? I'm gonna stop looking at kind of who requested previously, since everyone's kind of leaving. Karma, what was your question? Karma, you had a question next. Yeah, you'll be next, Vish. All right, I think you said Jonathan was your name. Or no, you said it was Greg. Does he feel bad or regret after everything? Not like I wish on him, but did you ever learn a lesson? Well, I mean, it's not, you're not exactly wishing anything bad on them. You're not actually wishing anything bad on them. You're just asking if they have regret. That's a reasonable question to sacrifice. I feel like right now they're too self-centered and too self-focused on things to recognize their own shortcomings and flaws. Karma, and this is the unfortunate side of things. This is absolutely the unfortunate side of things with sacrifice. Sacrifice in this way, in a negative way, is rather someone who says, oh, I did this. They're too focused on their own self-interest or their own feelings of, oh, I did all of this, therefore the stuff I did bad should be overlooked. What's very interesting is when it comes to spirit, is you could do a ton of good in a day, and then you do one bad thing, and that throws all that good you did out the window. That's the very interesting thing. And I do want to express this to everyone. When it comes to spirit, is I could be doing everything right all day for the day, and I can make one fairly big mistake, and then spirit says, I don't care what you did for the day. You just screwed up really bad, and says all that stuff you did, those blessings, thrown out the window. Doesn't matter anymore. And this happens with everyone. Is you could be doing really, really good, and you really mess up. You really do something. You really give into a sin. It'll work. All that good you did doesn't matter anymore. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful with things. All right. Greg was next. But no, I don't feel he actually learned from his issues. In fact, he's more focused on himself. Well, I wonder if they'll ever learn a lesson. That's so unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Karma. I actually, yeah, I don't blame you, Karma, for that. Hi, Kathleen. I did, but Greg was asking previously, so Greg's next, and then it's Kathleen Hughes, and then it would be you, Tanika. Karma, are you actually able or in a position where you can invest in yourself right now? Let God handle what God needs to do and do what you need to do to protect yourself, Karm. That's what matters the most. I understand. Well, just as long as you're taking care of yourself, Karm. All right, Kathleen Hughes, are you still here? But I can afford small things, nothing big. Well, did you maybe want to invest in a small thing? I wasn't thinking like anything crazy big. Just something to kind of help you with your energy. In fact, something like, you know, a pyrite might be good for you. Pyrite might actually be good for you for manifesting prosperity. I'm thinking this one right here, this pyrite wand. This is in the TikTok shop, Karma. If you need something a little bit smaller, all right, Kathleen, you'll be next. If you need something a little less pricey than that, I would say your next best bet for your energy would be fluorite. Help get things off of your mind and to help with mental focus. This one is a bit cheaper. Actually, you could even get the heart heart would actually be very good for you. I had asked if you were still here, Greg, and you hadn't responded. I'm not ignoring your question. You did not respond, so I thought you had left. Oh, hi, Lamont. Nice. Okay, and I did say Kathleen was next. Is Omar actually my friend? I'll take yours next, Greg, after Kathleen. No problem, Karma. Is Omar actually my friend? I pray he does too, Karma. Reason. I do feel he is a friend. I do feel you overthink things, and I do feel you project from past energies and past connections. That does kind of negatively influence your opinion on people. I do feel like you are a bit jaded on connections at times. I can understand where you're coming from with that jaded energy, but it is definitely an issue with you, Kathleen, is that jaded energy. You do struggle to... I do feel like you just don't want to be hurt in that way. I feel like there is you do have kind of like a bit of a wall down on your heart, but I also feel you trying to break that down too. So I feel ultimately like some crystals would be very helpful with opening up that heart and breaking it down. In fact, the fluorite I was just showing helps with that. Fluorite's really good with that, and so would a moonstone would be good for you too, Kathleen. Fluorite, moonstone, and kyanite to help cleanse out the energy. These three would be very... Actually, I like this. Yeah, I like this kyanite for you. This kyanite right here would be good to help cleanse out that energy. Fluorite would help to soften your heart chakra. I understand, but I don't feel like they're trying to take advantage of you and whatnot. In that regard, I feel they have a lot going on. And then moonstone would be very good for you to help soften your heart chakra. And fluorite actually helps with causing communication to happen too. This fluorite right here. Let me get a flashlight. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the banding on that. So I feel those three would be very beneficial for you, Kathleen. And I understand kind of what you're going through, but I also do feel like you give into a lot of fear. Yeah, it feels like Omar has a lot going on. But if you are interested in those crystals, let me know, Kathleen. Fluorite's especially good at kind of spiking communication and helping with communication with another individual. I can bless it for that to kind of help bring that together. Granted, there are other barriers than just them communicating. There are other barriers that contribute to that, but that energy can help with that to remove those blockages. All right, Craig, are you here? So, Kathleen, if you are interested in that, let me know. I understand that. I do understand that. And that's what I was feeling, I was feeling that fear. You're asking if your ex Paula loves you. We got Call of the Night. They do, but it feels like they're lending into a lot of bad decisions right now, which is causing quite a bit of chaos in the connection between the two of you. There is still love there, but I do see that also paired with bad choices on their part and bad situations. Okay, Kathleen, do you want to get those crystals? But I do feel like a lot of bad choices and a lot of bad actions were taken. in this regard that kind of led to this disconnect for you. Call of the Night is usually indicative of someone making a bad decision. It's kind of like what I imagine is kind of like an 18-year-old going out to the club and then ending up in a bad situation as a result of it, when they were told, hey, you probably shouldn't be going out to the club. Or, well, okay, let's say 21. Let's at least make them legal to go to the club. It's more of a metaphorical representation, Fish. But that's kind of the visions I get. I'm not saying your Paula is going out to clubbing. I'm not saying that. That was more of a metaphorical representation. Kathleen, did you want to invest in those crystals to help clear out that energy and to help with that communication? Sure, why not? Okay. Text me at this phone number. And then I can set it up for you. And then we'll bless it on live. Just text me your full name and I can get it sent over to you. All right. Who was I? Who was the next? I said did I say that I would do more readings for people? Was there anyone else that wanted a reading? I probably said it, but there was probably a few people that did. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna sign off of this channel, but we're gonna be on the other channel, everyone. But I'll be on the other channel. Link is in the bio. But we'll be right back. All right, we're still on YouTube. I just need to handle something on here. All right, let me see. All right, Kathleen, give me 1 second. Now, which ones did you want? You wanted the fluorite, right? Did you want the blue kyanite to help cleanse the blockages between the two of you? And what was the other one I suggested? It was the moonstone to help with manifestation and to help bring you two closer. Did you want these three? Let me actually, this is the blue kyanite right here. Let me actually move the tektite. And then if you do want the stand, it's for the moonstone, it's $10 for the stand. Did you want 1, 2, or all 3? Okay, did you want all 3? Yeah, I do feel like a lot of blocked energy on you. So, and especially the blue kyanite and the moonstone helps with that energy. What I feel is I feel a lot of blockages kind of along here. Maybe just one. Okay. So did you just want the fluorite then? Are you in the US, Kathleen? But I would at the very least also suggest a blue kyanite to help cleanse a lot of those blockages, because you'll help to open up that communication, but there will be a lot of blockages that remain, and the blue kyanite will help with that. So I would at the very least suggest 2. The blue kyanite is 67. And then any order over 100 is free shipping, so this would be 109, so free shipping if you're in the US. If you got both of them. It would come out to 109. So this is 42. And this is 67. Or, I have that upside down. Okay, yeah, so I can do free shipping if you get 2. If you get any order over 100. Specifically. And that would take you over 100. If not, it'll be $5 for shipping. So did you just want the fluoride, or did you want the fluoride and the blue kyanite? I didn't realize that I'm trying to get a house. I may have to get back to you. Okay, well, we do have payment methods that allow you to break it up over 2 weeks with Afterpay. Afterpay and Klarna and Affirm. So if you do want to go that route, we also have that. Thank you, Kat. And I do give classes on how to use them when you purchase them. All right. If you do want that, let me know. Hi, Sasha. What's going on? Okay. Let's go back onto TikTok. All right. And then I gotta check a message that I received. All right, let's see. There was a message that I received earlier that I have to check. Okay, Diorca, you've been waiting for a bit. How are you doing? What was your question? And then we'll get you next, Sasha. Is JC the one that hacked my phone? There is a connection there. I can't say for certain whether he hacked your phone. That's a bit more of an involved question, and that does kind of get into a little bit of a law thing. So I tend to avoid anything that may constitute illegality and stuff. But there is definitely a connected energy there. So I can't guarantee whether he hacked into your phone or not. I'm not going to look into that because that can be something that that falls under legal realm. But you know, he's not fully disconnected from you. I am out of coffee. All right, and then Sasha, did you have a question? Or no, you wanted a general reading. Sasha, you wanted a general reading. Are you still here, Sasha? Okay. Your card is Hunter. Aggressor, tracker, provider. I feel with you, Sasha, is right now you feel like you're kind of at a standstill on things. And I feel like you need to put a little more, you be a bit more firm in your kind of actions and your decisions. I feel like right now the energy is not moving like it needs to, especially with your heart chakra. Things feel a little bit at a standstill there. And it's going to, is going to either delay or completely negate opportunities that you would otherwise have. So you need to start pushing yourself a bit more, I feel. Because it's definitely within you. But there definitely needs to be that more kind of like pushing forward energy. Thank you, Summer. A little bit too easygoing, I would say. Also, can we get a like on the live, everyone? You're welcome. Yes, Summer. How are you doing today? Awesome. Thank you, Sasha. Summer, your card is free will. I feel with you, you have this kind of unintentional way of moving things around when it comes to connections with other people. I feel like you unintentionally, not push, that's too strong of a word, but convince people to go in different directions, rather than kind of letting them think for themselves at times. I feel like right now, sometimes it's good to take a step back and let things pan out, before kind of like moving things in different directions and whatnot. I feel like you tend to be a bit too, it's not reactive, but, you try to get in front of things a little bit too much. I feel like you try to get in front of things a little bit too much rather than kind of give an opportunity for something to maybe not go perfectly. So I feel like, yeah, taking a step back at times, letting people kind of make mistakes, making people falter will actually help them in the long run and help you in the long run. It'll save you stress. Good, kind of tense all over the place-ish. Yeah, I feel that's related to you taking a step back from things. I feel like maybe you make yourself a little bit too available to help people. Hi, Caitlin. But Summer, I feel like part of that has to do with like grounding energy. So if you are interested in some crystals that can help with grounding, I can suggest some for you, and we'll bless them for you to help with your energy. But yeah, you're definitely, your energy definitely feels like it's spread thin. For you, when it comes to grounding and mental focus would be good for you. So, sodalite will help with that mental focus and easing your mind. Purple mica is going to help to cleanse your energy from kind of the energy you absorb from other people, because I feel like you kind of put that energy out too much. And a grounding crystal. Which grounding crystal do I feel for you? I mean, Tektite would be really good, but Pyrite would not Pyrite. Maybe Pyrite? I don't know. Let me see if I have a little bit of a better option. Which would I prefer for your energy? Moonstone. Moonstone would be good for you. Moonstone would help that grounding and manifestation for you. Those are what I would suggest for you. So if you do want to get these, let me know. Wow, that really amped up the sound when I accidentally tapped my hand on the table. All right. Any book recommendations? I mean, what are you looking to focus on? I mean, I generally would suggest for metaphysical and spiritual. I'm not the biggest fan of books when it comes down to it for metaphysical and spiritual stuff. And whatnot. I feel like a lot of people kind of project their problems when I've seen the books that I've seen. That's not saying all the books are bad, but generally what I like to do is I like to kind of just focus on basic kind of grounding work and working on my chakras. But yeah, I can't really suggest books because I don't personally like them, and I'm not saying that they would be bad for you, but I don't know any because I don't use them. Hi, Diorchid. You just need, I think didn't I do your general reading? I don't know, maybe I forgot. But I can do a general reading. Caitlin, have you, I actually kind of want to go into the Bible right now and go into a verse. Just a yes or no. Oh, if we did a yes or no question already, then you got your free reading. All right. Oh, I have it open to John right now. Let me see kind of where I'm feeling. I feel like it's here.
Figures. I literally opened the book and I'm feeling like, here, it's on 2 Samuel. Or, yeah, it's figure 2 Samuel, the main thing I've been kind of reading. So is anyone familiar with the story of, Saul and David? I'll give a brief kind of summary of it. And Caitlin, you were probably reading about it, weren't you? Yes, a little bit. Well, the book of Samuel, Caitlin, is about Saul and David. But basically what it has to do with is, you're on chapter 11. You're doing pretty good. Yeah, I told you to read 1st and 2nd Samuel. Chapter 11 would be Saul the Anointed King. But basically what it's about is Saul is someone who disregards God's request. I've read for 2 days. Good. But Saul ignored kind of God's request of him. And, well, went against kind of what God had asked of him. And had regretted making Saul king. And in that regard is when Saul found out, he tried to basically avoid dealing with his sin. He didn't plead for forgiveness and then seek to make things right. Rather, he continued to kind of combat David, who was becoming more and more famous as a result, thinking and tried to kill him. And because of that, because of going against God, it basically ruined him. It basically destroyed him. He never was able to get David as a result, and Saul was then dethroned as a result of it. But avoiding your sins ultimately leads you to ruin. Avoiding admitting your sins, and rather focusing on worldly pleasures, which is a sign of the flesh. The flesh is something that is always going to fight against your soul and put more distance between you and God. By the way, Caitlin, have you been feeling a lot better since you took my advice? And that thing that you mentioned you were suffering from, have you noticed that went away pretty quickly? Yeah, that's what the problem was. You were doing it to yourself, hon. So, yep. It feels, the energy feels gone, so keep up what you're doing. Keep up what you're doing. It feels like it's getting better. It's not completely gone, but it feels like it's improving. Why, hello, Clarissa. But yeah, I've been really focused on the 1st and 2nd book of Samuel. Like, really focused on it. It's become it's been one of my favorite books right now. I'm doing exactly what you told me to do. Good. What is going on, Ribeye? Yeah, keep things simple, Caitlin. It's back to basics. And I want you to stay in basics. Yeah, I want you to stay in basics, Caitlin. I don't, for the foreseeable future. Hi, April. How are you doing? April. May I have a general reading? That just made me... that was a little too amusing for me. But yes, absolutely, April.
Let's see what cards we have for you. April, may I have a June this July? I don't think it's about learning, Caitlin. In fact, I feel like you were diving way too deep into stuff you have no control over, and you thought you had control over it. April, what I'm getting for you, the last day in the light, you're someone who is what I would say a hopeless optimistic and whatnot. I would describe you as someone that always thinks the best of others. I do feel like you do try your best to also protect yourself and whatnot. You do come across as someone that's very reasonable, but I also feel this kind of like sense of loneliness or isolation. Is kind of like, you know, you do things for others and you expect other people to kind of reciprocate that, and it may let you down. It can let you down at times. I do feel like you're someone who is very caring, who's very soft. Not soft in a bad way, but in a kind way. Is this true so far? But I do feel like there's times where you're very disappointed in people. Or maybe very is a strong word, but disappointed in those around you. And I feel with you, April, is there's times where you kind of, it would be nice with those expectations, but I do feel like you kind of set yourself up for failure to some degree with your expectations. Because you do hope for the best for people, but you shouldn't be surprised when people can't live up to those expectations. There's many times where, you know, you've opened a lot of doors for people and they just flat out run into the wall. And I feel like with your expectations, you are going to be let down from time to time, and I feel like it's one of those things that you have to say, no matter how much I set people up for success, there's still a chance that they're going to fail. And yes, it can disappoint you in many ways. And it leaves this kind of emptiness on you that I feel. I feel like this emptiness, like this, it's like this, you're doing your best to get through things, but you struggle with it. And you do, like, it feels like you also put a smile on your face, despite kind of what's going on. So I feel like you hide your woes very well. So maybe it's time to kind of focus on yourself and not so much open the doors for other people. Is there any career guidance? I've already really dove deep into your energy on that one. I would have to do a full spread to look at kind of career guidance type of a thing. And general reading is just that. It's a general reading. But I would have to do a direct spread for it. For career guidance. And so did you want to do a paid reading? We can do that. It's $30 for a 6-minute reading, or we can do a private reading that's 30 minutes for $60 for a card and $90 for an energy reading. And you can ask the questions you would like, just as long as they're not financial advice, law, pregnancy, medical, or and then mediumship readings, or reserved for a specific for 125. You'd have to pay 125 for a mediumship reading. Let me give you my phone number if you do want to reach out. There you go. If you're outside the US, please text me over WhatsApp.
That way we don't get international fees.
All right. Where's my water? There it is. Thank you for the heart meat, Caitlin. All right. I'm probably going to be getting a call soon. So we're going to take a little bit of a break right now. Because I know I'm going to be getting a call soon from someone. They just messaged me saying they'll call in a few minutes. So I'm going to go get set up for that. So we'll be back.